we are going to need our ruler. This is a 15 centimeter ruler. We are also going to need this protractor for measuring angles between 0 and 180. And we're also going to need this for measuring 90 degrees, 45 degrees, and the like, if we are going to be required to do so. Having said all that, let us begin. For this video, I'm going to continue to use this book because it's very convenient for studying and for reference. This is the book that I've created for you. You can check for it in the video description below. It contains all the questions, 10 years worth of questions from 2025 last year all the way to 2016. I have solved all the questions. You can feel free to check it out and it will help you a lot in addition to watching this video. We are required to use a plain paper, a sheet of plain paper. So this is my plain paper, and let us read the first question. Construct a quadrilateral. So this is just a four-sided plain figure, PQRS, in which PQ is 10 centimeters. So let us start from there. I'm going to get my ruler. 10 centimeters is going to be measured using this ruler. So let us measure 10 centimeters. As you can see, we are starting from 0. Always start from 0. So this is 10 centimeters. Start from 0 like so and measure it all the way. As you can see, 10 centimeters like so. Now that we have measured 10 centimeters, we can label it by indicating 10 centimeters. And this is what? PQ. PQ. So this is our PQ, 10 centimeters. What's the next step? Angle SPQ is 70 degrees. SPQ. So S is somewhere there, then it joins with P and Q. So P is the center, so you take your protractor there at the center at exactly 90 there. Make sure that this horizontal line is exactly parallel to this PQ right there. As you can see, that is exactly there and it's centered at P. It's saying that SPQ is 70 degrees. Our angle is increasing from right to left, so we have to use where it starts from 0, which is the inner part of the protractor, and go where it says 70. So 70 is there. You indicate it by putting a point like so. What's the next step? QR is 6.5 centimeters. QR is 6.5, so we need to use a ruler. 6.5 centimeters. So we measure 6.5 centimeters. So we take our compass leg directly on 0 centimeters all the way to what? 6.5 centimeters. So the middle of 6 and 7 is there. So that's where our 6.5 centimeters lies. Sorry about the compass. Make sure that when you're using a compass, it's very stable so that you can get the accurate diagram or construction. QR, which means R is somewhere there. So you take your compass leg where it says Q like so, you center it, then you draw just an arc. Just draw an arc like so. So this arc is there exactly 6.5 centimeters from Q. The next important information is saying that PS is 5 centimeters. PS. So you get your ruler and measure 5 centimeters. As you can see, we know already the degree, so we have been told that it is what? PS is 5 centimeters. So we're going to measure 5 centimeters. So as you can see, 5 is there. As you can see, 5 is exactly there. Then we have to pass the line exactly through that point that we previously drawn, all the way to 0 there, as you can see. So this is 5 centimeters. Remember, this is S, and this is where R will be somewhere there. Get your ruler and compass, then you measure 7 centimeters. As you can see, from there to there, this is 7 centimeters. As you can see, 7 centimeters. Then you create an arc. Take your compass leg there where it says S and just make another arc like so. So where those two arcs meet, that is where you have to join the lines. So as you can see, I'm joining the lines like so. I'm joining the lines. Then you also join in that opposite direction like so. Remember, these are marks. You need to show how you came up with certain things. So as you can see, we have drawn our shape just like that. Okay, so now that we have drawn our shape, what's the next piece of information? Measure and write the angle PQR. PQR. For that, we are going to use our protractor. You place it exactly at the center and align this horizontal line parallel to PQ, just as like so that we can measure accurately. Then we need to measure PQR. PQR. As you can see, the angle is increasing from left to right, which means that we have to use the outside part of the protractor because it indicates an increase in measurements from 0 all the way to 180. So it is somewhere there. So this is 75, this is 76, so it's 77 there, somewhere 77 if we align it, so it's 77. So I'm going to indicate angle PQR is 77 degrees. We have scored 2 marks in total. Let us go to part C. What does part C says? On your diagram, construct the locus of points within the quadrilateral PQRS, which are 3 centimeters from PQ. PQ, whenever you see a question say that locus of points that are the same as a fixed distance from a line, know that you have to create a parallel line. How do we create a parallel line? We use a ruler and a compass. So we get the centimeter ruler like so, where it says centimeters. We place our compass leg, then we measure 3 centimeters like so. As you can see, this is 3 centimeters. Take your time in the exam. I'm rushing because this is a video, but take your time in the exam. That is 3 centimeters. Then on line PQ, choose any point to draw the axe. For me, I'm going to choose this point. Let me just choose this point like so. Just draw an arc directly above. Then you choose another point. Let me just choose this point if I want to. Directly above like so. Then I join using my ruler the points, the top points. It should pass directly through the tip of those curves. As you can see, just inside, okay? You should draw a line inside the shape, okay? Inside. So that is me drawing the line. Don't mind this extension. It's not relevant, okay? But in the exam, the question says inside, just start from this point to that point. Let us go to the next piece of the question. It says the locus of points equidistant from PS and SR. PS and what? SR. So we need to bisect this angle because PS and SR, the common letter is S. So S is where the angle is being formed. This is where this line and this line are meeting. So the locus of points that are equidistant, which means they should be always the same distance from SR, to SP or PS. So we should create an angle bisector, a line that passes through that angle. So how do we create an angle bisector? We need to use a compass. So since at S, that's where the angle is being formed, you place your compass like so. Then you just create arcs on those 2 lines. As you can see, same arc. Don't change the radius of the compass, just the same arc. After you do that, choose a reasonable radius. As you can see, I'm extending my compass. Then I place one leg of the compass at this point here where I created the arc. Adjust it to your requirement. If you want, you can create a line outside. Let's just try outside. You just cut like so. As you can see, I'm cutting outside. Make sure it's visible. Then without changing the radius of the compass, shift the leg now to that point that cuts PS. Then you create an arc like so. Okay, so where those two arcs meet, that is where our line should pass through. So now we are going to join from where that angle starts to where these line arcs meet. We're going to draw inside the shape a straight line like so. Then for the outside part, we're going to create dotted lines just to show the examiner how we obtained that line. So as you can see, we have done a great deal of work here. What's the next question? As you can see, this line was on question CII, then this line was on question CI, as you can see. So this line is exactly 3 centimeters from what? PQ. And the question is saying that L is a point inside the quadrilateral PQR such that it is 3 centimeters from PQ. So L lies exactly on this line. Instructions are very important. It doesn't say less or greater. It says that it is 3 centimeters from PQ. So L must lie exactly on this line. L is a point inside the quadrilateral PQRS such that it is 3 centimeters from PQ. So this line is exactly 3 centimeters from PQ. So therefore L must lie exactly on this line, along this line, and equidistant from PS and SR. So this angle bisector that we are from creating is exactly equidistant from what? PS and SR. So L must also lie on this line. So where the two lines meet, that's where L must lie. So indicate a point like so. As the question says, label point L, and we're just going to say L. So we have scored 1 mark just for that. So that's where L must lie. What is the other piece of information? The other piece of information says M is another point inside quadrilateral PQRS such that it is less than or equal to 3 centimeters from PQ. So this line here is exactly 3 centimeters from PQ, not so. But the question is saying that M is another point inside the quadrilateral such that it is less than or equal to 3 centimeters. So it is on this line or below this line. That's what it means, less or equal to. Equal to, it means that it's exactly on the line. Less, it means it's below the line. So let us read further. And nearer to PS than to SR. The side that is nearer to PS is this side of this angle bisector. The side that is nearer to SR is that side of this angle bisector. The question is saying that M is nearer to PS. The previous one said it is less or equal to. So which means it must lie in this region here. And the question is saying that indicate clearly by shading the region in which M must lie. So we just shade like so. So this is exactly where it must lie. And for that, we have scored exactly 8 marks. We can even indicate M like so. This is how you answer these kinds of examination question. As you can see, this was very easy. I have created a book. Feel free to check it out. You'll benefit quite a lot from that. I've answered 10 years worth of questions from 2025 all the way to 2016. I've solved, and feel free to reference. And let me know if you want me to cover more topics like this in the comment section. Thanks for watching.